नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल और खुशामदीद। वेरी वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू पीपल। दिस इज योर मास्टर डीजे हर्ष जो कि आपके सामने है लाइव और आज बात करने आए हैं। ओके, वेरी सॉरी, I forgot that I have to speak in English. Okay, so very good evening to all of you people. This is your master DJ Harsh Priyam, who is here to talk about how you can study in China. And let me tell you, although China being a neighborhood country of India and we do not have that friendly terms with China, but I must say and I must appreciate that China has traveled a long route after their independence, because China got independence in 1948, India got independence in 1947. Despite this fact, China has moved pretty well and pretty fast, I must say, and the universities in China has traveled a lot, come a far way, and they have proved themselves much better than any other foreign universities across the world. Because when we talk about United States of America, USA, or European universities, these all Western universities have got a lot of time to get matured, because these countries got independence way back. Some of them got in 1700, some in 1600, some never got conquered. But despite of that fact, China got independence in 1948, and from that 1948 till now, in just a span of 70 to 80 years, their universities are in top 10 universities across the world. In fact, top 20, top 10 universities across the world. And in some cases, the report says that Chinese universities are doing far better than European and Western universities. But since they do not spend heavily on marketing, and the agencies which publish the report of world universities, these agencies are European and Western agencies. And that is why they do not show Chinese universities at the number 1 or number top 10 position. So according to that belief, a lot of people do believe that the Chinese universities are far better than any other universities across the world. Now let me tell you, in this video I am going to cover all these prospects of China, that how you can go to China, what are the benefits, what are the pros and cons, what would be the expenditure that would be associated with it, which type of universities would be there, what type of language requirements would be there, what type of academic requirements would be there, and how you can get into China, what would be the earning prospect once you complete your degree. So these all things would be covered in this video, and this is going to be a quite informational video for all of you. So let's get into the video. If you have yet not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, because here you will get very awesome content, I must say, and those all content would be very helpful in shaping your decision making process. Fine. We also have a Telegram channel where we keep on posting a lot of useful and meaningful content, that too free of cost. So you can join this Telegram channel also with the same name, Vedantu Study Abroad, and there you'll get a lot of useful free content. Fine. Let's get into. So first of all, credit for the video goes to all those users who have written this comment that, sir, vote for studying in China. Sir, please make a detailed video on all steps, complete process, universities in China. So many people had commented on the video, and as I always say, you just comment that which type of video you would be needing further, and I would be making a video on that. Okay, so let's move on. Few details about China. So China has got a distance from India. This is the distance of Beijing, because China is quite big. So Beijing is the capital of China. It is around 7,400 kilometers from India. The average flight time takes somewhere around 5 to 6 hours, depending on the place where you are going in China. And China is around 2.5 hours ahead of India. Now moving forward, Beijing is the capital. Mandarin is the official language there spoken, and Chinese currency is Chinese yuan, which is short form is CNY. One Chinese yuan is around 11 rupees 65 paisa in India. So Chinese currency is stronger than Indian currency. Now moving forward, population of China is 1.4 billion, which is around 141 crore. And they have got a land area of around 9.5 million square kilometers. 9.596, you can take it as a rough 9.596 million square kilometers. Now a little about India as well. So India has got a population of 1.46 billion, that is 146 crores. And India has got a land area of around 3.28, or you can say this, what we have, 9.596. Here we have got 3287. So we have got a land area of 3287 million, 3.287 million square kilometers. So very well you will be able to understand this is 9.596, this is 3.287. So we have got 1/3 of the land what China has got, and we have got more population than China. So that is why in India, people, the per capita land available, or the population density which we say commonly, is very high compared to any other country. Fine. So this is the scenario. Now moving forward, China is doing a lot of things which is far ahead of expectation. Now why am I saying this? So China has very recently launched DeepSeek. DeepSeek is basically a Chinese AI that is very strongly being considered as a strong rival of ChatGPT. Although most of the media agencies are being owned by the Western powers, Western countries, and hence people are not so readily agreeing to Chinese dominance or to Chinese power. But DeepSeek is something which in the technological corridors it is being talked about heavily. DeepSeek is a very powerful artificial AI tool that has been made by China, and it's not only one single case. There is one more case of quantum leap. So a very few of you might be knowing that Google and Facebook and Amazon and all such big companies, they are investing heavily in quantum computing, because now the tech space has grown pretty fast, and hence the need for computational power to increase is very high. So hence most of these companies, and especially Google, is investing heavily in quantum computing to make supercomputers. Now this supercomputer is still a technology which is still in building. But China has also made something of that sort, supercomputer sort, which is called as quantum leap. People are saying that quantum leap, China's mind-blowing chip, outpaces Google's by 1,000,000-fold, means 10 lakh times. They have made a quantum leap, a supercomputing chipset, which is almost 10 lakh times faster than Google's chipset. Can you just imagine that? So they are doing a lot of things which is quite commendable. Now moving forward, so in fact China's technological ascent is being talked about in almost every sector, may it be chemistry, earth sciences, environmental sciences, health sciences, everywhere they are doing outstandingly well. Now let's talk about what is the cost of living if you go to China, because after hearing all of this you would have being a little bit inclined towards China and China's progress, their prowess and all such thing. So students' residence halls is generally 12,000 to 33,000 rupees per month in China. So renting a flat might cost you 25,000 to 85,000, somewhere around that. Food is around 15,000 to 17,000. Transportation is 1,200 to 1,700. Public transportation is quite strong in China, so public transportation costs you less. Food might be an issue there in China, because in China there is such a huge population and a load on the food chain, entire food chain, because China is not an agrarian economy. In China, the agriculture is not that great and developed as what we have in India, and hence in China they eat anything and everything except humans. God knows, maybe that also, I don't know about that. But in China they don't eat humans, but apart from human they eat everything. You just name it: snake, lizard, frog, turtle, dog, like anything and everything. They eat everything. So anyone who is going from India, it might be difficult even for the non-vegetarians who are going from India, because in India non-veg means only chicken or mutton, that's it. But once you go to China, you will start feeling that non-veg means everything. So that might be an issue for you. So you need to check it out, that how you will get a vegetarian food. So and God forbid, if you are a vegetarian, it will be a nightmare for you. So please take care of these things. If you add all of them, the cost of living might range somewhere around 28,000 to 1 lakh rupees. If you take an average or a middle figure, it would be somewhere around 40,000, 30 to 40,000. Fine. Now, moving forward, Chinese public universities fees ranges somewhere around 2 lakh rupees per annum to 8 lakh rupees per annum, something between this. Private universities the range is pretty varied, but according to government rule, the private universities do not have a fees higher than 25 lakh rupees per annum. Not higher than 25 lakh rupees per annum. So this is basically like there is a capping that the fees has to be lesser than 30,000 US dollars. Okay, so that makes it lesser than 25 lakh rupees per annum. Although Chinese universities are not that expensive compared to for other foreign universities, other Western or European universities, it's not that expensive. Now, there is one downside in China, and that one downside is that China does not promote student working. Means they do not allow very readily for students to work so freely. So very recently that China has rolled out a limited work rights for international student. Very recently it has been done. Like this is a 2022 news that China has agreed, or China has rolled out a rule that international students can also work in their part time so that they can earn something. But since the rule is very new, and hence the rule is not a matured rule, and it is not fetching that benefit what students should get. Why am I saying this? So basically, in China, the part-time work rule given by the government says that you can work only 8 hours per week, which is normally in other countries minimum 20 hours per week to 24 hours per week. So if you are able to work only 8 hours per week, that will make you work somewhere around 1.5 hour per day. That's it. And 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour is very less. So in other countries it's 20 to 24 hours. So this is first downside. Second downside, that even their average payout is very less. So this is per hour payout. If you multiply this with the hours that you can work in a week, you will get something around 12,000 to 23,000 rupees per month. So 12,000 to 23,000 per month is very, very less according to China, because if you do remember, we had seen that minimum you would be requiring 28,000 to live in China in the minimum possible scenario. So if you are not able to earn even this much, which is otherwise in for other countries, because in most of other countries, student working as a part-time also are able to meet their demands, and apart from that, they are even able to save something. But here it is otherwise. Now, so the payout is not that great, I must say. Now let's talk about their universities, which are great. Now the universities which are there in China, so the number one is Peking University. It has got a QS World ranking of 14. And the second one being the University of Hong Kong, and the third one being Tsinghua University at rank 20. So for these three universities, it is said that these three universities are so strong in research and development that if anything happens in China and Chinese government is in trouble, they ask these universities to conduct the research and get a solution. Because as you know that China is not liked by most of the international players. Most of the international governments do not entertain China that much. And hence, China has created its entire own ecosystem to even tackle with their problems. And hence, these universities has such a great power in research and development that they are creating wonderful results. And in fact, the deep seek, the quantum computing part, all these things are somewhere related to these universities only. Fine. So you would have understood that these universities have come a long way. Now moving forward, whether is there any scholarship, because part-time work is not working out there, and the college fees are not that high, but still they are at a good level compared to Indian economy. Any student spending somewhere around 5 lakh or 8 lakh rupees per annum is not an average or middle class fees. So you would be requiring scholarship if there is something. So there are two famous scholarships, although there are multiple scholarships which is college specific, but there are two scholarships which are not college specific. First is Chinese government scholarship being given by the Chinese government itself. Here, in this Chinese government scholarship, bachelor program is covered, master's is covered, and PhD program is covered. There are 274 Chinese universities offering this scholarship. Now, what benefits you will get? Here you will get a stipend which is around 29,000 rupees per month. This stipend will be for your own expenses, pocket money. But along with that, you will get free tuition fees. Your entire college tuition fees would be covered, and your accommodation would be covered, which is the major expenditure part. So in this amount, you would be very easily be able to manage your own food item and your transportation and all such things. Next is, this is for undergraduate. For master's program, the stipend is around 34,000. For PhD, it is 40,000 rupees. It's mostly similar like India, but in India, we don't give, or the government don't give any scholarship for the bachelor's program. Here, the Chinese government is giving scholarship for the international students. Now, the age limit for undergraduate 25, 35, and then 40. Then, if your grades in the study are higher than average, you have a clear and novel research prospect or study plan, then you have high chances of being selected in Chinese government scholarship, because they are very much focused towards research and development, because they have understood it pretty well that if there is some superpower kind of thing in the entire world, then that is research and development, that is intellectual property, like the brain. So they are very heavily invested in research and development. So if you know this, very recently India purchased F-16 fighter jets. Do you remember F-16 fighter jets from foreign countries? And we have even purchased Rafale. So these technologies are very lesser known technologies across the world. So Rafale has been purchased from France, F-16 has been purchased from USA, and no other countries do have technologies like this. Only some of 2 or 3 countries are there. So China also wanted to have this, but no one was ready to sell it to China, because China was even ready to pay the money, like more than what you ask. I am ready to pay the double. But still, these countries were not ready to give this fighter jets to China, because China is a kind of dominating country. They always try to acquire, or they always try to snatch countries or snatch power from the nearby countries. And because of those things, no country wants to empower China. So what China did, China said, fine, you will not give me F-16. Okay. They made another fighter plane, which they named as J-16. They spent some time in research and development. They copied the entire F-16 and they made a J-16. And you won't believe it, but they have made this J-16 better than F-16, because what they did reverse engineering. So as what the report says, that somewhere some of the fighter planes would have crashed. Some like F-16s were utilized in Afghanistan, because there was a long time, for a long period of time, war happened between USA and Afghanistan. So some F-16s crashed in Afghanistan. So some report says that Chinese government did some manipulations, managed to get those F-16s routed to China, gave it to their engineers, to their researchers, said that find out what is there in their plane. They did their entire root cause analysis, they researched it, and thereafter they made an exact copy of F-16, which they named as J-16. And on the top of it, Chinese engineers applied some extra brain and did something outstandingly well. And this is not only the case with J-16 or a fighter plane. This is the case with almost everything. You just name it. USA has Rolls-Royce. The entire world knows what is Rolls-Royce. China said, okay, I don't care. You have Rolls-Royce. They made their own Rolls-Royce, and Rolls-Royce comes minimum at 3 to 4 crore rupees. China said, I have made a Rolls-Royce. I will sell it for 60 lakh rupees. So they are pretty good at copying it, and they are pretty good that once they copy indigenous technology, and after that they build on that copied technology. So most of the time it looks that Chinese are way ahead than all other people, because they copy what all other have learned, and on top of it they build their own. Fine. So now moving forward, there are 274 Chinese universities who offer this scholarship. So I have given the link in the description also, and in the PDF also. Now moving forward, second is Jiangsu Government Scholarship. Again, Jiangsu is a province in China. So Jiangsu Government Scholarship, it is provided only to those colleges which are located in Jiangsu province. Okay. Now here again the same scholarship conditions are there. The tuition fees would be given, on campus accommodation, and a monthly stipend and a comprehensive medical insurance for undergraduate, postgraduate and PhD students. Amount of stipend, the stipend amount will be 1.74 lakh rupees per annum. Means roughly you can say that this is 15,000 rupees per month, which is not that bad. You would be able to cover your food expenses because accommodation is either way given by them. Now moving forward, what do you need? Foreign citizens, valid passport, good health, respectful of Chinese laws and customs, academically excellent, 18 to 25 years of age, and applicant should not have received any other full scholarship. So these are the requirements. Moving forward, all other scholarships are given at this link. I have given this link in the description box, and or otherwise you can even download this PDF. You will be able to get this link. Next is that what are the admission requirements? So you should have completed your high school, like grade 12th. Thereafter, the biggest part, that they do not require any IELTS or TOEFL. Like this is valid in almost 99% of the universities. Why? Again, the ideology is, China is very clear from the very starting that we are not going to copy the Western culture or Western community, Western countries. So these all examinations, IELTS, TOEFL, these all examinations are conducted by the companies which are situated in USA, UK, like those. So Chinese were very clear that we are not going to copy them. So we will build our own. And hence, what they did, they said, okay, fine. Anyone who is coming to my country must know English. For knowing English, why am I asking an examination like IELTS or TOEFL? I can simply ask that person that whether you know English or not. So if everyone will say yes, I will just ask them a certificate which is called as MOI, Medium of Instruction Certificate. If any student who has come from any of the country, and in that country, if his or her school has given him entire education in English, just that school just needs to give a certificate or in written that I have given this student entire education in English language. So this will prove that obviously that student must be knowing English, then only he would have received that entire education. So if that happens, I am happy. I don't need any IELTS or TOEFL examination, unnecessary expenditure of 16 to 18,000 rupees. I am ready to take that student. Again, a great brain, isn't it? So English proficiency is being covered from the medium of instruction certificate from your previous school or university. Now, if you are going to any course which is taught in Chinese, then you need to require then you need to give Chinese proficiency test, which is HSK. But whether your program is taught in Chinese or English, that would be given on the website itself. So say for example, if you choose that I will be studying in Hong Kong University, so the THU, the Hong Kong University. So if you are studying in Hong Kong University, you just go to this website, just check that whether if you are trying to pursue computer science there, you just check that whether they give computer science engineering degree in English or Chinese. If they are giving it in English, that's fine. You don't need to show any Chinese proficiency. You can just simply go there, study in English. If they are teaching in Chinese, then you need to learn Chinese if you have to pursue that degree, or otherwise you change the college or change the degree. Fine. But as a noting point or as a suggestion, I am telling you that most of the public universities, government universities in China, do give courses in Chinese only. So just check out before going to China. Now moving forward, some program may require test scores like SAT, ACT, AP, GMAT, GRE, something of that sort, but there are some only. So you need to just check out the requirements on the website. Then what are the visa requirements for China? For visa requirements, student need to, depending on the length of their studies, they can get F visa or X visa. But most of the student, anyone who is staying more than 6 months, need X visa. So you need to procure X visa. Offer of letter, like you need to show the letter offer letter from the university where you have got the admission. Then proof of fund in your account. Proof of fund is around 2,11,000 rupees per year. So if you are going for a 4-year degree there in China, you need to show 2.1 lakh into 4, that is 8.5 lakh, somewhere around that. So 8.5 lakh needs to be shown in your account, and then per academic year. Then you need to show medical insurance. You need to have a medical insurance before going to China, so that if you get medically ill or something of that sort, you are medically covered. And mind it, this medical insurance should not be an Indian medical insurance. No. You have to show them that you are medically insured in China. So you need to show medical insurance in China. Police clearance certificate, this you will get from India, that you do not have any medical, any legal complications. You are not legally into any police kind of thing. Thereafter, you need to show proof of accommodation also. So before going to China, you need to tell them that you will be staying here in this part of the area, and this is your residence. Like you have booked this PG or residence or flat or whatever. So you need to give that proof of accommodation also before going into China. Okay. So don't worry, there are a lot of websites online available. Although, but before going there, just try to check out that each and everything is valid. There is no false website, because there are a lot of dupers also. Okay. Now, what are the average payouts for Chinese jobs? Now, if you go there, the average engineering job in China gives you somewhere around 38 lakh rupees annually. This is Chinese average. Obviously, if you are an excellent engineer, you will be earning higher than this. Thereafter, finance and banking fetches you somewhere around 12.5 lakh rupees annually. Technology and information fetches you somewhere around 25 lakh rupees annually. And then healthcare and medical is again a lucrative career here, is around 37 to 38 lakh rupees. Fine. Now moving forward, what are the taxation rates? This is important before going or choosing any country, because if you are going to any country and that country taxes you very heavily, then it becomes very less lucrative for you to go for even higher salary. So say for example, if China is taxing, like in USA, the taxation rates are around 40%. So say for example, if you are earning 40 lakh rupees and government is taxing you for around 40%. So 40% means your 16 lakh rupees would be taken by government. So this means now you are left with only 24 lakh rupees. So actually the salary is not 40 lakh. The actual salary would be 24 lakh only. So you need to see whether the taxation is on a lighter side or on a very strict side. In China, what happens? This is the rule for calculating the taxation. There are different tax rates given, but I'll just make it simple for you. Let's take 34 lakh rupees, or let's take this 34.95. Let's take 36 lakh rupees, 36 or 48, whatever you can. So I'm assuming 36 lakh rupees, this 36. You would be having 35, sorry, let's take 35 lakh rupees. You will have a taxation rate of 20%. So 35 lakh rupees, 35 ka 20%, 20 by 100. So that would give you 7 lakh rupees. But this 7 lakh would not be the kya kehte hain, tax. In this, there will be some deductions. So deductions would be around 2 lakh rupees. So 7 lakh taxation minus 2 lakh, that would be 5 lakh rupees. So if you are earning 35 lakh rupees, 5 lakh government would be asking you. 35 lakh rupees mein 5 lakh is 5 by 35, 1 by 7th, around 14% of taxation. 14% of taxation is a decent, not that high, not that low, but 14%, 15% taxation is fine. Let's even check for 48 lakh rupees. 48.93, let's take 48. So 48, taxation percentage is 25, means 12 lakh rupees would be the tax. Deductions would be around 3.7 lakh, let's say 4 lakh rupees. 12 minus 4, 8 lakh rupees would be deducted. You have got 48 lakh rupees of salary, 48 minus 8, 40 lakh rupees roughly you will get. So 48, matlab 8 upon 48, 1/6, around 16%. So 15 to 16, here we got somewhere around 15%, 14%, here we got 16%. You can say roughly the government is charging you somewhere around 15 to 20% of taxation. So that's also fine, not that too high. You can earn well here. Fine. So ladies and gentlemen, that was all the pointers that I could have covered in one session, and probably I have given you a fair idea that whether you have to go to China or not. Although this session was not specific to any course or any degree, it was not specific to engineering or medical or MBBS or BTech. If you need any such video, I can make a video on that as well. Although if you are very clear that you have to go to China and you have chosen your course, and if you need any other further help from me or from my team or from Vedantu, you can reach out to my team of counselors. My team of counselors are there, would be very happy in helping you. So what do you need to do? You just need to go to the description box of this video. In that description box, you'll find a form. Just click on that link. Once that link opens up, you just put your details. Tell your questions, that what you need help in or what type of question do you have. If you have any query, you just write it down there, and then someone from my team, so basically you'll get someone a call from my team within 24 to 48 hours. So within 24 to 48 hours, you'll get a call, and then they will simply ask you all your doubts. They will clear your doubts, and thereafter you can take your call whether you have to go there or not. Fine. So I guess that was all for this session. I hope you loved and enjoyed the session. If that is the case, do let me know in the comment box. I would be happy knowing that. And if you have any requirement for any other further video, do let me know that also in the comment box. With this, it's time to say goodbye to all of you. See you all in the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care. Good night.